Hello and everyone, welcome to Hitbullseye. My name is Manish and I am back with your weekly dose of current affairs. In this video we will be discussing the third week of August, and there has a lot has happened in this particular week, from international affairs, from sports, from politics, and some sad news as well, with the sort of a mix of all types of news we are going to discuss in this video. So in case you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can receive the notifications of all the videos as and when we post them. Let's take a look at the third week of current affairs in August. Starting with the first news, so to those who are the cricket enthusiasts, they would know who is Kieron Pollard. So he has become the first cricketer to play 600 T20 matches. So that is a distinction that has been achieved by Kieron Pollard. We will discuss about that. Next news, coincidentally again about an Indian cricketer. Rishabh Pant has been appointed as the state brand ambassador of Uttarakhand. So we will see why such brand ambassadors are appointed and what is the significance of it. Next, Shashi Tharoor. So of course, who doesn't know Mr. Tharoor, the quintessential English teacher of Indians. So Shashi Tharoor is going to receive the France's highest civilian award, which is a moment of honor for all the Indians, I think. Then we will discuss the players, man and woman footballer of the year in India that have been announced. So we will see who have got this particular distinction. Then Smile 75 initiative. On the occasion of the 75 years of India's independence, Smile 75 initiative has been launched. Smile actually is an acronym that has a huge meaning to it. So we will see what its meaning is and what it intends to do. The first edition of Women's IPL is going to be held in India very soon. We will see when it's going to happen. And finally, the women's cricket is, coming of age. So we'll see what this IPL means and when it is going to be conducted. World's highest Chenab railway bridge has been inaugurated, giving a lease of life to the Jammu and Kashmir railways. The link has been connected, and very soon people from any part of India will be able to travel to the depths of the Kashmir Valley. We will have a look at that as well, with some really interesting insights into this architectural marvel. Then Arunachal Pradesh's third airport has been named Doni Polo Airport. Why is it important? Otherwise we have a lot many airports in India that keep coming up every few months, because it is a disputed territory and it is considered to be one of the remotest parts of India in the northeast. So the significance of this we will understand. Then Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the stock market investor who gave wings to so many young Indians, has passed away. So we will have a look at him. Then Dadabhai Naruji, a man who cannot be ignored if you have understood the modern Indian history. The grand old man of India. He lived in London for a few years, and his London home has now got blue plaque honor from the British authorities. We will see what this honor is and to whom it has been given other than Mr. Naroji. India is one of the countries that imports more than 80% of its crude oil requirements. So to reduce that, we're going to blend ethanol in it. So by April 2023, India's ethanol blending program is going to achieve 20% of blending. So we will see what it means, how it will reduce India's dependence on crude oil, and how it will reduce India's import bill. Next, the 150th birth anniversary of Sri Aurobindo has been observed by the government of India. We will see who Sri Aurobindo was. Again, a news from India's modern history. So coincidentally, Dadabhai Naruji and Sri Aurobindo, two news from modern Indian history. Then Indian flag unfurled in space on the occasion of the 75 years of Indian independence. An Indian flag has been unfurled in space. And on this occasion of 15th August, Prime Minister Modi announced Panch Pran goal for the next 25 years. So from 75th year of independence, which is now, till the 100th year of independence, this particular a set of goals has been announced by the Prime Minister from atop the Red Fort on the occasion of the 75th Independence Day. And finally, another cricketer, Kieron O'Brien, is in news. So many cricketers in news this week. Has announced retirement from international cricket, from all forms of international cricket. All these news, let's have a look in detail. Starting with the first one, so Kieron Pollard. As you can see, so Kieron Pollard has become the first ever cricketer to play 600 T20 matches. So he plays for West Indies. He's a former West Indies all-rounder, and he has played these matches. He achieved this landmark during his side's London Spirits match against Manchester Originals, their Premier League. So now, since he is the player to have played the highest number of T20 matches, at the number 2 comes Dwayne Bravo with 543 matches. At number 3 is Shoaib Malik with 472 matches. At number 4 is Chris Gale with 463 matches, and at number 5 is Ravi Bopara with 426 matches. The T20 is the shortest format of the game, and he is the player to have played the highest number of matches. Is something really important from exam point of view. This kind of records, the first of something, examiners are really fond of asking such questions in competitive exams. Next, Rishabh Pant has been appointed as the state brand ambassador of Uttarakhand. To promote tourism and to promote, let's say, the overall visibility, or to promote the positivity around a particular state, various states appoint their brand ambassadors. Like there was a time when Mr. Amitabh Bachchan was the brand ambassador of Rajasthan. You must have seen that ad, Kuch din to guzariye, it was Gujarat, I think, Kuch din to guzariye Gujarat mein. And there was this ad for Kerala, God's own country. You must have seen such ads. So the purpose is to promote tourism, to promote the local artisans, to promote local industry, and so that, overall socio-economic benefit for the entire people of the state. So Uttarakhand has appointed Rishabh Pant as the state brand ambassador. So Mr. Rishabh Pant was the vice captain of under-19 Indian cricket team for under-19 Cricket World Cup 2016. So some facts about Rishabh Pant that you should know. Right, so he made his ODI international debut in October 2018. So it's been almost 4 years that Mr. Pant has been playing in the Indian national team. And he was named the ICC Men's Emerging Cricketer of the Year in 2018 at the ICC Awards, one of the most important honors to be given to a particular cricketer. What you need to remember, Rishabh Pant, the brand ambassador of Uttarakhand. That's the most important point to remember. Next, Mr. Tharoor is going to get the highest civilian honor of France. So he has been, he has lived in France for many years as a diplomat, and he speaks French quite fluently. So to say, he's a francophone, right? So Mr. Shashi Tharoor is going to be conferred with this particular award, which is known as Chevalier de la Légion d'Honneur. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. It's just in French. So this Chevalier de la Légion d'Honneur is the award that is going to be given to him. And the equivalent or the counterpart of this award in India is Bharat Ratna, the highest civilian award of India. Now, to confer a country's highest civilian award on a non-citizen is something that is considered to be an act of very high respect, I would say. So there have been a handful of non-Indians who have been given the Bharat Ratna, and they, we revered them a lot, like Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, like Mother Teresa. They were very, very selective, rarest of rare people who have got the civilian honor of India, being foreigners. And now Mr. Shashi Tharoor, being an Indian citizen, is getting the France's highest civilian honor. Again, a matter of deep honor and respect for him. So why is he being honored? For his writings and speeches. And the French ambassador here Emmanuel Lenin has written to Tharoor informing about him. So basically, for his writings, for his scholarly write-ups and speeches, he has been given this award. Earlier he had received a similar honor from the Spanish government. The Spain's highest civilian award he has also received. So that was the Encomienda de la Real Order Española de Carlos, the highest honor of Spain. You need not remember the entire name, you just need to know that he has also won the highest civilian award of Spain and now of France. So quite a new adding a new adding a new feather to his cap, basically. All right, footballers of the year. So in India, these are the two footballers who have been declared as footballers of the year in the All India Football Federation Awards. So who are they? They are Sunil Chhetri and Manisha Kalyan. They are the 2021-22 AIFF, that is All India Football Federation's Men's Footballer of the Year and Women's Footballer of the Year respectively. So Manisha Kalyan had won the Women's Emerging Footballer of the Year for last season, while this is the 7th time that Sunil has won the award. So this is his 7th award and this is her 2nd award. So they are quite quite accomplished footballers, so to say. Next, the Smile 75 initiative. So on the occasion of the 75 years of Indian independence, this particular initiative has been launched by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment to bring smiles on the face of people. Now how? What is the meaning of smile? Support for marginalized individuals for livelihood and enterprise. So those people who are marginalized economically and socially, maybe those who are beggars or those who do not have any source of livelihood, for their livelihood and enterprise, this particular initiative has been launched by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So what will be done? To make our cities and towns and municipal areas begging free. So that means beggars are the most destitute of people and they are the most marginalized of the people. So to make all these cities, municipal areas begging free and to make a strategy for comprehensive rehabilitations of the persons engaged in the act of begging. So just to stop begging and to rehabilitate the beggars, this particular initiative has been launched, the Smile 75 initiative. Various stakeholders will be included in this particular concept, and the purpose is to stop begging and to rehabilitate the beggars. Smile 75 initiative. So really good initiative, but the problem is that most of these initiatives remain on paper and it is their implementation where most of the problems occur. But let's hope it works fine. First edition of Women's IPL. So apparently the cricket in India has starting to accept women's cricket as one of the mainstream events. And recently we had seen a movie on an Indian woman cricketer, Mithali Raj, and the name of the movie was Shabash Mithu. So that means if a biopic has been made on a woman cricketer, that means women's cricket is gaining some traction in India. And another proofs is that first edition of Women's IPL is going to be held in March 2023. It will likely have 5 teams to begin with. So it will be called WIPL, Women's IPL, right? So the teams like Mumbai Indians, Rajasthan Royals and Chennai Super Kings have expressed their interest in buying these teams. So basically the existing men's cricket IPL teams are going to buy the women's cricket IPL teams as well. So let's hope that this is the new dawn for women's cricket in India. It's a quantum leap, as they say, in women's cricket in India, because once it starts to happen, there are many people in India, being such a large country, going to surpass China the next year in population. There are audience for women's cricket as well. So perhaps we can only hope that women's IPL will also find traction in India among the Indians. World's highest Chenab railway bridge has been inaugurated. As you can see over here, this is the river Chenab flowing through the mighty Himalayas in Kashmir Valley. And this here is a model of the Chenab bridge. So to compare it, the height of this bridge from this particular river, here a blueprint of Eiffel Tower has been drawn. So Eiffel Tower is in total 324 meters in height, which is about 1/3 of a kilometer. But the bridge is even 35 meters higher than the Eiffel Tower, than the top of the Eiffel Tower. So that is to show you the gigantic nature of this particular bridge, like how difficult it would have been to construct this bridge. And it took many years to be constructed. Each of these piers that have been conducted, it was very difficult to do so. And this bridge is going to connect the entire Kashmir Valley with India. So this is for the first time ever that Srinagar will be linked to the rest of India after this bridge has been completed. So basically, the mainstream India or the mainland India has connectivity in Kashmir till Katra. Till Katra there is connectivity of train, but from Katra to Banihal there is no railway line. So on Katra Banihal section, this particular bridge has been constructed along with a lot of other bridges and tunnels. And once this route gets connected, then from Banihal to Kazigund to Baramulla to Anantnag, the railway line is already functioning. The main, you can say, missing link was the Katra Banihal section. So once the Katra Banihal sections becomes operational, the entire Kashmir Valley will be connected with India. So then it will be really easy from any part of India to travel till the last destination in Jammu and Kashmir. So to bridge that particular gap, this is just like a 30 or 34 kilometer long railway track. But due to the geographical difficulty of constructing this track, it was even declared as a project of national importance. So now that the work has been, let's say, boosted in a particular way by the central government, it has seen the light of the day, and now we are seeing that it is nearing completion. And very soon, in the next few months, you will see the train going from Katra forward. Otherwise, Katra is the last station when we go from any part of India towards Kashmir. So this bridge is going to do, something similar that the Atal Tunnel did, even better, because Atal Tunnel, in the absence of even Atal Tunnel, there was another route to reach the upper heights of Himalayas. But this is going to be a new route altogether. Arunachal's third airport, named Doni Polo Airport. So there are already 2 airports in Arunachal Pradesh, and this is the third one, and it is going to be in the capital city, Itanagar. So Itanagar is the capital of Arunachal Pradesh, and what is the meaning of Doni Polo basically? It would represent the long-standing customs and rich cultural legacy of the tribally dominant state. So what is the meaning of Doni Polo? Sun is Doni and Polo is moon. So Sun and the Moon Airport, it means Doni Polo Airport. So it shows the tradition and culture of the tribal people of the state. And the first airport in the state was Pasighat, and the second was Tezu Airport. So this is the third airport in Arunachal Pradesh and 16th airport in the northeast. So those who think that the northeastern part of India is not properly connected to the mainland India, they are perhaps living in some ignorance. This is the 16th airport in northeastern India. That means almost all the states in the northeast are adequately connected through airways. Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala has passed away. So his brilliance lies in the fact that he was an unapologetic capitalist. It's like in India, it has always been seen by majority of people, it has always been negatively conceived if someone is a capitalist. But he was an unapologetic capitalist. He started investing in the Indian stock market when the BSE Sensex was only at 150 points. So he started his investment journey with merely 5,000 rupees, and now he has left a fortune of over 40,000 crore rupees. So he has basically given birth to a generation of young investors in Indian stock market. He has made people believe that Indian market is going to grow, and this is the market where everyone should be focusing on. So he also launched this particular airline which took off only last month, the Akasa Air. So it's unfortunate that he could not see it succeed. He just launched it, fortunately, let's say. So he launched this airline, and other than that, he is also known as India's Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett is the owner of Berkshire Hathaway, another investing firm, and is known as the world's most you can say world's most successful investor. So he is known as India's Warren Buffett, and his net worth was over $6 billion. He was the 48th richest man in India, but he has now passed away. These are some facts about him that you should know. Dadabhai Naruji's London home has got a unique blue plaque honor. So this is the particular plaque that has been pasted outside the home in which he lived for a few years. So from 1825 to 1917 he lived, and he was an Indian nationalist and a member of parliament in the British Parliament. Can you believe that? So he was the first Asian who was elected as a member of parliament in Britain. So Dadabhai Naruji, also known as the Grand Old Man of India. Also, he was the president of the Indian National Congress. So what is this plaque scheme, this blue plaque? So it is run by the English Heritage Charity. So any person of importance who has ever lived in England, outside their homes, this particular blue plaque honor is given. It signifies the significance of particular buildings across London. So this plaque was inaugurated alongside the 75th anniversary celebrations of Indian independence. And other than Mr. Dadabhai Naruji, this plaque was also installed out of the homes of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Mahatma Gandhi, Sri Aurobindo, Jawaharlal Nehru, and B.R. Ambedkar, who lived in London for different periods of time. So outside their homes also this blue plaque has been installed. So it is an honor that has been given to someone who has a particular, who is famous and has a particular contribution in the society. Petrol with 20% ethanol we will get from April 2023. India imports over 85% of its crude oil requirements from other countries. So one way to reduce that import bill is to reduce our consumption, but that does not go well if we talk about the growth trajectory that India is taking. So what to do? If we cannot reduce our import bill, what can we do? We can perhaps mix something in the petrol which does not reduce the efficacy of petrol, but at the same time reduce the import bill. So one such scientific solution is blending ethanol into the petrol. Now what is ethanol? Ethanol is basically a biofuel. It is obtained from sugarcane primarily, and blending of ethanol with petrol reduces the dependence on fossil fuel and also helps the environment. So it's a win-win situation. You save the environment by reducing the pollution, and you save Indian economy by reducing the import bill. So government had set a target of 20% blending by 2025, but now by 2023 itself 20% blending is going to be done at select areas, and the government had set a target of 10% ethanol blending by this year, which it achieved ahead of schedule. So the 10% target was there to be achieved by the end of this year, but we have already achieved it in June. So right now 10% of ethanol blending is already there in all the Indian petrol, but 20% is going to start from 2023 April. So that is something to cheer about. However, in the long run, if I would say, ethanol blending is not going to work, because the fossil fuels themselves are going to be phased out. The future is of electric vehicles, and that is what is going to stick in the long run. Next, Sri Aurobindo, his 150th birth anniversary is being celebrated by the government. Another freedom fighter, not revolutionary, freedom fighter. He was born on 15th August 1872. So his 150th birth anniversary is being celebrated. He was a poet, philosopher, and Indian nationalist. And he used to edit the Vande Mataram newspaper. Very important fact. Sri Aurobindo. In fact, he also was instrumental in setting up a city called Auroville, which is somewhere in the south. Auroville. Right? So until 910, he was one of the most influential leaders when he joined the Indian movement for independence. Later, he became a spiritual reformer. So earlier he was a freedom fighter. Later on, he got some spiritual, mindset, and he became a spiritual reformer. So his contribution to Indian freedom struggle is noteworthy, and that's why his birth anniversary is being commemorated by the government of India. Indian flag has been unfurled in space, of course, on the occasion of the 75th year of independence. So as you can see in this particular picture here, this is Indian flag 30 kilometers above the surface of the earth in open space. So this has been, there are a couple of facts that you should know. It was sent to the edge of the space on a balloon by Space Kids India. So what is Space Kids India? It's an organization that creates young scientists for the country. Space Kids India. It is creating young scientists for the country and spreading awareness among children for a borderless world. This is what they describe themselves as. And this organization also recently launched a satellite into low Earth orbit called Azadi Sat, which was developed by 750 girl students from across India to mark the 75 years of independence. But unfortunately, this is the same satellite that could not be, settled into an orbit, and it lost its orbit. So it was a kind of a mission failure. But you should remember that these girls, they made Azadi Sat satellite, which was made by 750 girls on the occasion of 75 years of independence. So all this done by Space Kids India. And in a related news, on the 75th Independence Day, the Prime Minister gave the goal of Panch Pran. Panch Pran means the 5 goals or 5 promises that Indians should make to themselves. The first one being advance with greater conviction and determination of a developed India. India right now is a low middle income country, and with a somewhat average per capita income of $2,000 approximately, $2,100 approximately. So our first goal is that every Indian should advance with greater conviction and determination to become a developed country. We want to become a developed country in the next 25 years, which is a big goal. Second, get rid of any signs of slavery. Any signs of slavery we should get rid of. We should take pride in India's history. This is the third thing that he said. We should know the power of unity. No one should be able to divide us. And the duties of citizens, such as those of the Prime Minister and Chief Ministers, every elected representatives should be aware of their duties towards the citizens. These are the 5 goals or 5 promises that he made to the Indians. And finally, the Kieron O'Brien, the Irish cricket player, has announced his retirement from all forms of cricket. So he was an Ireland all-rounder, and from international cricket, after falling out of contention for this year's T20 World Cup. So he was not chosen for T20 World Cup. So perhaps he thought it is the right time to take leave from cricket. He had played 3 tests, 153 ODIs and 110 T20 internationals, and he had a long 16-year international career. So this is his photograph, and announced retirement from cricket. So many sports persons announcing retirement from different sports, and he is in that particular list now. So that is all for this week's current affairs. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and also give this video a thumbs up Thank you so much. This is me, Manish Mittal, signing off. Take care.